locks off of my head. Heaven eat the brains of the one who planted me here.
Okay, so build has gone through a ton of updates. Just want to go through them kind of rapid fire. One, I feel so silly. I really just didn't realize that this body armor existed. I don't know. No one told me. What were you guys doing? So switch to this. It completely saves the issue of figuring out how to generate endurance charges. It does add 2 more seconds to Cat's agility, so I had to go through and I took, this node and then this node here for 20% increased duration of all charges, which gives me permanent uptime. It's very comfy. I crafted this bow to go alongside it. This is just recombinated the div craft I talked about, the multi-mod craft, and then I crafted aspect of the cat on it, which then allowed me, in combination with the fact that this gives aspect of the cat has no generation, has no reservation, allowed me to start tattooing this node for free. I threw some shadow tattoos on it because they were really cheap, and then I got shadowed blood, and I was like, okay, sure. The goal was to get the +2 frenzy charge one, but then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to invest all of my money into Tools of the Duelist so that I can try and move on to the power stacking version. Speaking of power stacking version, the corrupting Devourer of Minds strat has gone poorly so far. Of course, I know this is like, I think you're supposed to corrupt like 100 of them to get +1 power charges. Here's what I've been up to. Some of these are like bricked. This one bricked in a funny way that is actually kind of good for my Animate Guardian. So like I might swap to this at some point just because it's like me and him can match. That's silly. But yeah, I haven't gotten anything good. I actually ended up buying this regen life one for like 15 chaos. Oh, speaking of regenerating life, I upgraded my screens to desiccated for like 13 div to get replenishing shrine. I think it makes the build feel way better to have just a nice amount of health regen. I think I'm currently at like 750 or like 1000 or so. 600. So not an insane amount, but definitely better. If I could fit in vitality into this build, I would, but I'm kind of out of slots. Our stuff, annihilation support's awesome. If you don't know, annihilation support is completely broken on minions. On normal skills, and the reason it's always so cheap, it just won't chain explosions. Like, it has killing blows with supported kills cause the enemies to explode, but it doesn't cancel explosion. On minions it does, for some reason that I don't actually entirely understand, but I believe it's something along the lines of the annihilation support is linked to the minion, and then the minion skills causing to explode, and then that explode is then looking at all the gems that are connected to the minion, and then going off of that, including itself, and then also has those explosions have a chance to explode. Makes clearing really nice. I don't think anything else has changed besides that. Yeah. So I have saved up for the past like day on just getting these. The price of these is only increasing because it seems that all of the Tota farmers have like left or is just not doing enough to supply these, and Duelist ascendancy points are insane. So let's see if I get lucky. Worthy causes. Okay, not good. Impact, not good. Unstoppable hero is funny, but not good. Endless hugger, okay. Master of metal, okay. Jagged technique, okay. Worthy foe. Worthy foe again. Measure retaliation. Weapon master. All right. That was a waste of like, what, 40 div or something? These things are like insane now. Yeah, so I'll farm up another 40 div and we'll see how the next one goes. Okay, I didn't record this, but it does seem that I was rewarded for my hard work and dedication, because while I did fail all the ascendancy tattoos, check it out. It happened. Endurance charge on melee stun, which is like an insane damage multiplier on this. I don't know what I'm going to run instead, but I'll figure something out. It's not going to be minion damage because the 25% extra, or sorry, less life is like insanely bad. I actually snagged this one for like a divine, level 1 behead, which is like funny. It's not insane, but it's funny, you know? It just gives all your minions like 30% more damage when targets are under 50% health, and then like they get mini headhunter, which 90% of the time never matters unless they kill something that has like temporal bubble, and then you get a temporal bubble for like 10 seconds and it's fun. But yeah, it happened, and it only happened in like I want to say like 7 attempts, so somewhere between 7 and 10 attempts. I actually lost count, but it happened. Am addicted to gambling. I need to do some more. Surely we get this time. Nope. Nope. Oh my god, it happened. Oh my god. I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped, dude. Just wanted to record some delving of what will probably be the last anyone will ever see of the life-based versions build. It wasn't that bad. It's just a lot of things to balance at the same time. I've always had issues with finding chaos res, which is pretty bad on this build. And I think that there's just like way more places to go in the E-Shield swap. So I'm super hyped for that, and I'll show off kind of the gear I've been prepping for that. But I gotta grind probably a few more divines before I can fully commit to the E-Shield swap. But the build's just alright. I mean, definitely feels better leaning into crit a bit more. I think the DPS on Path of Building is like around maybe 4 million, which definitely is really low for a build that's invested this much, you know? Like, I still don't know if this is the solution that makes zombies good, but I can only assume it's better than whatever people playing Puppeteer are up to, you know? Like, I feel like those guys are probably not getting as much DPS. At least when I played Puppeteer, I wasn't getting nearly this much damage. I was still getting destroyed in like T16 maps, even with what I thought was like a juiced build. But this build's really nice. I mean, it clears all right, you know? I've been able to farm. I've been doing completely like no mod nightmare farming for a bit. It does seem like it's just pretty good profits, and it's pretty quick too. I can show that off in a second, just how it kills the fortress boss, which is not super impressive, but it definitely works, you know? Like, it'll die, and it only takes maybe like 5 minutes. A really sad part about switching is just the fact that I'm gonna lose so much movement speed when I switch, because I'm not gonna be using Dark Ray vectors anymore. I will still be using a Badge of the Brotherhood, so I'll still get the cooldown recovery rate and travel skills. I'll still be able to like zip around quickly, but it's a bit sad that I'm gonna lose so much extra movement speed. Look at the boss DPS. This is like def 200 all, so not super insane, but definitely works. I can't lie, I kind of forgot the strat for this boss. I haven't fought all in so long, but hopefully I get something good. It's just a weird part about this build is that it just feels... I thought that it would be way tankier than it is. You know, just from the prospect of having currently 13 endurance charges, I just thought it would be so tanky, crazy fizz max hit. But it's really just held back by the fact that it's kind of hard to get like a ton of life. I mean, in the perfect version of this build, I'd be running 2 rings that don't even have life on them. Just give like max frenzy charges, and I think that would actually just decrease my max hit more than anything. But the E-Shield swap should make it way easier to swap E-Shield, because there is mods on Elegant Hubris that allow you to scale your energy shield per how many power charges you have, as well as the fact that there are rings that come from this guy, you know, that will make it so I can do the same thing if I get super lucky, which is why I'm farming Delve, because I don't think there's an insane amount of people playing in this league, and I think it's more worth it to just self-farm my precursors if I can. Hopefully he'll drop one. Oh, it's Frenzy. That's alright, I guess. This has basically been the currency strategy for the past few days. Just want to show it off. I'm sure a lot of people know about it, but it is just taking fortress maps and then completely taking out all of the prefixes and suffixes with a Scarab of the Dextral and a Scarab of the Sinistral, so that you can just blast through it, not worry about any sort of rippy mods or the boss or anything, and you literally just run around until you find the boss somewhere, and then you kill it really quick and just take the shards. And the shards are not worth that much, but they are definitely worth way more in the map, like a map plus scarabs, I think, costs around 17 chaos, and the boss doesn't take that long to kill. He does one-shot me sometimes, but that's whatever. And once I beat him, I mean, usually if you don't get Giga unlucky and you just get like one synthesizing fragment, because those aren't worth that much, then you will be making a profit. Like this one, yeah, 2 decaying, which is like I think somewhere between 70 and 8 chaos. It was the real reason I started recording, is because I want to show off kind of the gear I'm putting together for the E-Shield swap. Oh, don't mind that. Because I got my crit, I got my Foulborn Malachi's loop, and I found one, I sniped this one. It was like one of 3 that were on trade that even had a corruption that had +1 level socketed gems, which means that I can throw this with congregation support, and then my +1 like raised specter, so it's level 21 raised specter, so it'll get +1 from here, you know, +2 from here, and then +1 from here, and it'll end up being level 25, so I get 1 extra specter, and then I'll get another extra specter from congregation support, which means I'll have 5 total, so I can start running a warlord for better endurance charge, generation, and vitality, and then I can run the judgmental spirit for discipline, because I'll be going chaos inoculation. I've got my Foulborn Ramita's Banquet here for the maximum power charges. The only issue is that I really, really want to find one that has the implicit replace with just all res. That would be the greatest one for my build, especially if I want to swap to a Melding of the Flesh setup later. But I haven't had any luck corrupting them. It seems that no one else is corrupting them. Kind of the same thing with the helmets. So I don't know. I guess I'll just have to figure that out. But I'm waiting to save for that until after I make the whole switch. I'm debating what body armor to go. Because here's the thing. Regular Twilight Regalia is just too OP. You know, it's so much energy shield. That's so much max hit. Even extra max hit from Fizz taking as chaos. The Endurance Charge generation is going to, you know, solve Endurance Charge generation. Plus the perfect Warlord. And I'll probably also take that Mastery that's like 100% more charge duration. So that, you know, it'll be like really cozy to keep all my charges up. And you can get mods, you know, this is just like the Essence mod on it. This is 10% reduced extra damage taken from crit strikes for Endurance Charge, which will just make me completely crit immune. Very cool. A lot of cool things you can do with this. It also has an empty prefix slot, which means I can craft, not with this, but if I go and kill Feral again, I can then craft Aspect of the Cat on it. Which, it's either that or the gloves. My gloves don't have an extra prefix slot open. But this is just like basic gloves that just have E-Shield on them. Nothing special here. And then I'm getting some minion clusters because I'll have a lot of extra passive points when I just swap to only stacking power charges, which means that I can just use all those extra points for large cluster jewels. I need to still purchase a Ralakish's Impatience that has count as having maximum power charges just because of, you know, how Malachi's loop works. And I still gotta find that +1 power charge Devourer of Minds. It's eluding me, but it'll happen. I think after I make the whole swap, probably all of my time will just be dedicated towards double corrupting them until I find it. The dream is to get one that's like either +2 auras and +2 minions and then +1 max power charges, or just like extra energy shield. That wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, still debating which body armor I'll go with. This one is like way less comfy and also can't have res on it, but like it will give me a lot of movement speed and life regen, which is really awesome. So it basically is like I'll have to play it out for a bit and just see if the issue is like max hit or if the issue is like dying to degen and damage over time. And if it's damage over time, then I should probably switch to Restless Ward. I could even switch, and this is the crazier tech, is to Replica Restless Ward, because that one's even cheaper because actually no one uses it and it doubles all the effects but removes the it removes your power, sorry, not your power charges. It removes your frenzy and your endurance charges, which is really good because I'll only be stacking power charges. So those don't matter at all. And then it doubles the buffs basically. It's like 140 life per second per endurance charge. And then like 6% increased movement speed. So it's really insane. And obviously, you know, as being a unique armor, you can corrupt it to get the plus levels. And theoretically, I could corrupt one of these, but like no one does that. Like I feel like a lot of minion players will resort to using a unique body armor so that they can, you know, corrupt it easily and get nice implicits. Because that's the thing, like this this as compared to this will be like way more damage, but this is just more survivability. So I'll have to determine which one will matter more after I make that crit swap or that E-shield swap. But yeah, I'm just really excited. Oh, I also got to get an Elegant Hubris. Yeah, those are really expensive in this league, which makes sense because it's tattoo league. So you don't want to worry about attributes. You want to tattoo your whole tree with all the cool tattoos. So I'm probably going to get like one of them, you know, probably the cheapest one, and then I'll see later if I can actually try and snipe like good mods for the build. But that's plans right now.